Hello, welcome. It's Frances here, and I thought I would make a short video first wishing everybody happy solstice. Happy winter solstice for those of us living south of the equator, and happy summer solstice for those living north. For those of us in the south, it's quite a poignant time in that this winter solstice is a time of reflection and also making plans for the solar year ahead. It's actually the rebirth of the sun, or the sun god, and as such, the night before the sun rises, sort of following the Celtic tradition of celebrating their solstices and equinoxes on the night before at dusk, following through into dawn. So the night before, we sort of extinguish the lights and contemplate the darkness going within, and a bit of reflection as to how this seasonal cycle has panned out, and then looking forward as to what we'd wish to bring into our life for the next seasonal cycle. And it is rather poignant at this time of the year as well. I have posted in the blog that June is very active in relation to cosmic activity, and any astrological site will tell you about the various eclipses. We've had a lunar eclipse at the end of the month. We've now got a solar eclipse coinciding with the winter solstice. We've got on the dark moon as well. And we've also had a full moon with the lunar eclipse. We've got planets in retrograde. And it's a very sort of focal time at the moment to go within and, if to be so bold, start getting our house in order. What I like about the winter solstice is, within my tradition of contemporary witchcraft, this actually marks the beginning. Our cycle of the year begins and follows the journey of the sun, and that's what I've written about in both versions of my book, Dancing the Sacred Wheel, Journey Through the Seven Sabbats. This is the first edition that came out in 2012, and it's since been updated and revised to this version that's available now. So the winter solstice is sort of that precipice, but like if you think of the Roman god Janus, that represents the January, the beginning of the year. We've got one face looking backwards, seeing where we've come from, and the other face looking forward as to the direction where we wish to go to. So now is the time to release anything that no longer serves us. If we've been doing that throughout the year, now it's the time for the big hurrah, burn everything that, symbolically of course, that no longer serves us, that you do not wish to bring forward. And then as the sun begins to gain in strength, and added to that at the moment will be the power of the moon too, because it'll be beginning to wax from this point onwards. So we've got both the solar and lunar energies increasing, and with the eclipse sort of heightening all this activity. And as this sun begins to increase in strength, we can start making plans and putting energy into things we wish to achieve. So that's about the winter solstice. Just want to read a short passage from my book. Within the craft Mythoth, this is the time when the god is reborn and emerges from the underworld, where he is passed into at Samhain. His rebirth will bring warmth and fertility back to the land. On the eve of the winter solstice, however, this time belongs to the goddess, who is likened to a hibernating animal residing deep within the underworld as she readies herself for the pending birth of her son, the child conceived at the festival of Beltane, which marks the commencement of summer, is about to be reborn. This birth is the sign that life will be returning to the earth once more after the many bleak months of winter, just as she labours to bring forth her son, the child of promise, the young hero, We also wait with much anticipation for the sun to appear. The rebirth of the sun confirms that darkness will be overcome by light, and we step into the waxing half of the year. So that's from Dancing the Sacred Wheel. Still one of the few books written specifically for the Southern Hemisphere, but as you may have heard from that short passage, it's still very poignant from both hemispheres wherever you reside in. So, solstice blessings and journey well.